Okay, so the neck pickup on this Fender Meteora made in Mexico Player Plus guitar was broken. It was cutting out. And I was able to fix it. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to tell you the process. Now, spoiler alert, the ground connection between the neck pickup and the potentiometer, it was shoddy, so I had to basically make a better connection using solder. And this is one way that a pickup could be cutting out. The bridge pickup was working just fine, but switching to the neck pickup, it would be shaky at best and would be giving no signal at worst. So in debugging these things, you need to open up the guitar, look at the wiring, find any points of failure. Because the bridge pickup was working just fine, I knew between the selector switch and the output, everything would be okay. But somewhere between the neck pickup itself, the selector switch, and the electronics here, the controls, that's where the point of failure was. So to go about fixing this, I had to get to the electronics, and to do that I have to take off the pick guard, and on this guitar to take off the pick guard you also have to take off the neck because it has the 22nd fret and the neck has the overhang. It overhangs over the pick guard, so that's pretty annoying, but you know, it's a bolt-on, so it's fairly straightforward to do. Pretty easy. Just tedious. And then of course the wiring goes under the pickup, so I had to unscrew the pickup rings too because I wasn't able to flip around the pick guard to get to the wiring to pull it out enough to actually look at the underside. So basically unscrew everything. So I could see the wiring, and I saw that on this guitar it has one of those push button things on the volume potentiometer, so that kind of made me nervous. If the failure was within that, I'd have to replace the whole potentiometer. You usually don't have to replace the pickups, so I think the pickups were fine. I thought the pickups were fine. And in tracing out the wiring signal from the pickup to then the potentiometers, I noticed then the switch is how this guitar was wired. The ground connection on the tone potentiometer for the neck pickup was really sketchy. Everything else had a lot of solder on like the switches, on all the other pots and stuff, but the ground connection to that was just really unfortunate. So I went ahead, I added more solder to that. I made the ground connection much stronger that way, and then to test it, you don't have to put the neck back on and the strings and all that. You can actually just take a screwdriver and plug in the guitar, you know, into the output jack, the cable into your amp or your plugins or whatever, and just tap the pickup. And you can tell it's working because I could compare it to the bridge pickup. When I tap it, it'd give a nice loud noise. And then going to the neck pickup, it would give a nice loud noise, where before it would not. So that's how I knew it would work. The next step was to put everything back. So put all the wiring in under the pickups, and then put the pickups on, and then kind of start to screw those in, and then put the pick guard on, and then put the screws in, and then tighten everything down. Then once that was done, put the neck back on. Of course, make sure you put the plate back on here. I forgot to do that the first time. Goodness. But yeah, put the plate back on there. Yeah, I didn't put the back plate on here. You can see I have the tissue to deaden the string vibrations, but that's a different video. But yeah, there you go. And I strung it back up with some 9s and standard tuning, and it works just fine now. So there you have it. That's the general process in debugging dead pickups. If your signal is cutting out when you're switching to the pickups, it's usually with the wiring along the way. In this case, it was the ground connection from the pickup to the potentiometer, so the circuit wasn't being completed. Other connections could be failing. So if you're having trouble like this and it's not that, maybe check the switch to, check everywhere else, see if any other connections look sketchy. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions or stuff. And as always, peace.